Okay, folks, let's shift to the next topic right here. So Carson Wentz is no longer the starting quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, at least for this week during week 14 of the 2020 NFL season versus the New Orleans Saints. Jalen Hurts was named the starter midway through the week, and Carson Wentz, he's now on the bench. Carson Wentz did get benched for Jalen Hurts midway through the Green Bay Packers game last week. Carson Wentz was not playing particularly well. Jalen Hurts, he came in and did some good things versus Green Bay. It wasn't a perfect day. It's not like Jalen Hurts was, lighting the world on fire, but he did throw a very beautiful touchdown pass. I think it was to Jalen Reagor. It might have been to someone else. If it was to someone else, forgive me. It's the wide receiver that caught that touchdown pass. That name is slipping through my mind right now. But either way, Jalen Hurts, he threw a beautiful touchdown pass. He extended some plays with his legs. He showed off some mobility. And overall, the team versus Green Bay looked better when Jalen Hurts was running the offense. Obviously, they still lost the game, but Jalen Hurts gave the Philadelphia Eagles some spark of hope during that Green Bay Packers game. And I think that it's pretty safe to say that Carson Wentz has played his way out of the starting job. I know a lot of Philadelphia Eagles fans want to make excuses for Carson Wentz to say, oh, his offensive line is awful. His coaching staff isn't helping him. He's in the worst situation in the world. Well, folks, here's the thing. Joe Burrow, with not a good Cincinnati Bengals roster, was balling. He was balling out this year before he got hurt. Deshaun Watson, have you heard of him? His roster and coaching staff isn't very good. He's still playing at a high level. Justin Herbert, he's playing at a pretty high level despite not playing on a very good Chargers team. So Carson Wentz has no one but himself to blame. He was playing like arguably the worst starting quarterback in the entire NFL. I mean, it's hard to name very many quarterbacks that were playing worse than Carson Wentz, when he was starting games for the Philadelphia Eagles. And anytime you have a second round pick on your roster at quarterback that's a rookie, you need to eventually play the guy if the starting quarterback for your team is not giving you great production. And people can say, oh, he's a second round pick. Jalen Hurts, he's a second round pick. Folks, Russell Wilson was a second round pick. Tom Brady was a 6th round pick. You never know when it comes to these quarterbacks. But here's the thing, people. I truly believe that one of these 3 following people could be gone from Philadelphia next year. Carson Wentz, Doug Peterson, and Howie Roseman. There's a very good chance that at least one of those 3 people is no longer a part of the Philadelphia Eagles organization next year. Obviously, Doug Peterson is the head coach right now currently. Obviously, Howie Roseman is the general manager of the Philadelphia Eagles. And Carson Wentz, he's the former number 2 overall pick from the 2016 NFL draft. He's the quarterback. He's a quarterback on the team right now. He's not the starting quarterback, obviously, because Jalen Hurts is starting right now, okay? But one of those 3, or maybe 2 of those 3, or maybe all 3 of those guys could be gone from the Philadelphia Eagles by next year. The Philadelphia Eagles as an organization right now are trying to figure out, okay, who's truly a part of the problem right now? Who needs to potentially go next year? Because here's the thing. If Jalen Hurts balls out and the team makes the playoffs because of Jalen Hurts, and by the way, Philadelphia is still in the NFC East division race, as good as Washington and New York are playing, the Philadelphia Eagles are not mathematically eliminated from this division. If Jalen Hurts leads this team to the playoffs, you very well could see Carson Wentz getting traded by next season because he's not been playing particularly well. And I'm not sure if Doug Peterson trusts Carson Wentz to win football games anymore. Based on the way Doug Peterson is coaching, I'm not sure he's all in on Carson Wentz anymore. I don't think Doug Peterson has never really been completely all in on Carson Wentz, for the most part. But yeah, if Jalen Hurts balls out, then you might need to trade Carson Wentz. There may not be a whole lot of trade suitors just because he's played so poorly. And it's pretty hard to get rid of Carson Wentz if you cut him just because because of the salary cap situation that you put yourself into. Carson Wentz is owed a lot of money over these next couple of years. It'd be very expensive to just cut him. I could see a team like the Indianapolis Colts trading for Carson Wentz. So yeah, man, we could see a situation where Carson Wentz is out the building if Jalen Hurts balls out. However, people, if Jalen Hurts looks every bit as bad as Carson Wentz and there's no significant change to the outcome of these football games with Jalen Hurts being inserted as the starter, then guess what? Doug Peterson, he's in trouble. And he could get fired by the end of the year because if Jalen Hurts can't provide this team with a spark, then it might be a Doug Peterson problem in regards to Carson Wentz because, well, Carson Wentz, you could say, oh, he stinks. It's not Doug Peterson's fault. Well, guess what? If Jalen Hurts stinks and he's not playing well, then Doug Peterson, he doesn't have much leverage at that point outside the Super Bowl that he's won, okay? So that's where the Philadelphia Eagles are at as an organization. Right now, Philadelphia is trying to figure out who needs to go and who needs to stay. And by the way, Howie Roseman, his job is just flat out up in the air just because he's whiffed on a lot of draft picks and this roster is not very good. He's a big reason why that's the case. He's not drafted very well over the past 3 to 4 seasons. He's not made the necessary moves to help improve this team. And ultimately, it's a win-loss business. It's a results-oriented business in the NFL. So we're going to see what Jalen Hurts has versus the New Orleans Saints. I actually think Philadelphia has a very good chance to win that game. I could be crazy thinking that. I know New Orleans is very talented, but they're traveling on the road to face Philadelphia, and I think Jalen Hurts might have something up his sleeve for that New Orleans Saints defense. Call me crazy, but I think that game is going to be closer than most people think, okay? So that is where the Philadelphia Eagles are as a football team. Making the move to bench Carson Wentz in favor of Jalen Hurts, in my opinion, was the right move just because he's been playing so poorly. And listen, last week, I said the Philadelphia Eagles need to bench Carson Wentz. He's playing that awful. He's not been good. You cannot get worse quarterback play, in my opinion, than what Carson Wentz is giving you right now. You need to see what you have in Jalen Hurts because, like I said last week, if you're evaluating a rookie quarterback, you need to know if that guy is the future of your franchise, ideally, at the very least, after 3 seasons. And this year is a very good opportunity to evaluate Jalen Hurts for the future, okay? Because Carson Wentz, in the past, he's been banged up a little bit. He's all of a sudden declining out of nowhere. And you need to see what you have in Jalen Hurts, okay? So that's how I feel about Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. And by the way, if Jalen Hurts balls out with this Philadelphia Eagles roster the rest of the way in 2020 and the Philadelphia Eagles find themselves winning the NFC East because of Jalen Hurts, more than likely the Carson Wentz era in Philadelphia could be ending very, very quickly. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juiciest Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big-time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juiciest Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.